We Need a Hero, a superhero control room simulator. That's the game I've created for this year's, or this December's, Ludum Dare game jam, which is a 48-hour game jam where you have to create a game in only 48 hours without any pre-existing assets. So you're allowed to use a editor and an engine and, for example, graphic tools like Illustrator, but everything else you have to create in these 48 hours. So every graphic asset, every bit of code, everything else, every audio, but we come to this later. So what are you doing in We Need a Hero superhero control room simulator? Let's see. First of all, you get a mission and you have to hire a hero. You can always stop the time, so it's easier to explain. That's our 8 heroes we can have, but we only have enough fame, which is the currency in the game, for either Super Underpants Man or the Chicken Head Man, or both. Every superhero, let's show you. So here's a mission. We have just bought or hired the Chicken Head Man. Now we drag him into the assignment field and click on send. And now he will move towards this mission, which is prison escape. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel and pan around with the right mouse button. And this is the fight. This was a very fast fight because it's a level 1 crime. So it was a very easy opponent. And we got some fame from it. Now going back, and we can almost hire Bulk. Maybe you shouldn't hire the first hero, which is the Super Underpants Man, because he is just bad. But every time a hero wins a fight, you will gain a stat point somewhere. Oh, so that's the other possibility. Dr. Professor, the genius, with a power level of 3, has just 1. So we have different stats. For example, strength determines how hard you hit in a melee round. So let me go back a little bit. The main portion of the game is the fighting mechanic, which is a round-based combat divided into 4 rounds, which each have a possibility to show up. The first round is a melee round. Then it gets decided who is going to be the attacker and who is the defender. This is determined by rolling a dice on your action points from 0 to your amount of action points. And whoever has more action points is going to be the attacker, but will also lose 1 action point after the attack. So strength determines how hard you can hit, from 1 to your strength level if you have strength. So Dr. Professor, for example, can't hit in a melee round because he has 0 strength. Block determines how much you can block. So for example, you always roll a d20, and if, for example, Dr. Professor rolls a 1, then he will block the attack and no damage is dealt. On every other number he gets damage. The same for ranged rounds, which is the second option. This is accuracy and evasion. It's basically the same, just for a ranged combat. Then it has a regeneration round, which regenerates action points. This is done with the endurance stat, so it generates 1 up to your endurance stat of action points. And your speed finally determines how much action points you have at the beginning of a fight, and also how fast you move. For example, the Chicken Head Man has a speed of 4, so he moves quite fast. Also, if you are in your headquarter, you will regenerate your health points. Yeah, that's basically the game. You can download it from itch.io. It's at dicelabs.itch.io. I have a link in the show notes here. And what else is interesting? Yeah, maybe let's do a little post-mortem. So if you just want to play the game. Oh, by the way, now we lost fame because we let a mission run out. So you also always have a mission timer. Yeah, what went right and what went wrong during the 48 hours? Ah, I won. While you're fighting, the time is, by the way, paused, so you can always watch the fight. What went right? Yes, I like the basic idea. I think the graphics are good for a 48-hour game jam, and also I really think it's a fun game. It's a bit lightweight, obviously, and there are some things which are not that great from the gameplay perspective, but overall I'm pretty happy. Unfortunately, for example, the item, the super attacks got cut, so every hero and villain should have had the possibility to do a super attack, which does extra damage. For example, this got cut due to time. Oh, by the way, we gained an HP point here. What else was good? Yeah, well, I like the fighting mechanic. It works from the stats point. The fame you lose is pretty hard here. Or did he lose any fame at all? Doesn't seem so. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know. Yeah. What didn't go well, as you can hear, you are currently listening to a song from a former Ludum Dare game jam, because I just hadn't enough time to do the audio, which is a real shame. And I really wanted to do something in the audio department, but just had enough time. Was really stressed at the end. For example, this is why let's see. Oh, by the way, if you lose a fight, there is a 20% chance your hero dies. And if you lose 3 heroes, you are dead. Also, when you buy heroes with a higher power level, then you are getting also higher level missions. You see, Looping Man is much faster, much quicker. So he has a speed of 12 because he is Looping Man. Yeah, what else went wrong? Time constraints. So hard. The user interface took me a lot of time, which wasn't that great. So I had to cut a lot of things. For example, I wanted to create special images for each villain and hero. Hey, we won! I've had more heroes and villains in mind. There is a category system, which you can see here, which is really complicated. We have 11 categories of 11 categories for the heroes and villains, and some categories are good against another category, and some are bad. For example, the fire category is very weak against the water category, but the water category is very weak against the genius category, because the genius knows how to freeze the water or something like this. Yes, so this is the game. If you like to play it, you can do this by going to dicelabs.itch.io, and also if you want to rate it, if you have participated in the Ludum Dare Game Jam, you can rate games. Please do so, and I've linked also the game page on Ludum Dare in this video. Thanks, and I hope to see you soon, perhaps on our Twitch channel. Thanks, bye.